Do you ever feel like the world is vast and your aspirations seem distant? Let me share the tale of a boy who began with little more than a curious mind and an unrelenting drive to grow. He wasn't born with remarkable talents, immense wealth, or genius-level intellect, but through his passion, perseverance, and love for knowledge, he rose to become one of the most influential and powerful figures globally. This boy is Bill Gates, a name synonymous with success and innovation. His journey isn't just about amassing wealth, it's about believing in your dreams, working tirelessly, and turning ideas into reality. It's about persisting through life's challenges. Today, we'll explore his story, from his childhood curiosity and struggles to his fascination with computers. By the end, you'll not only understand Bill Gates's early life but also feel motivated to pursue your own ambitions. As we go, keep learning new English words and phrases, just as Bill Gates embraced learning something new every day. Bill Gates was born on October 28, 1955, in Seattle, Washington, USA, into a nurturing and supportive family. His full name, William Henry Gates III, was inherited from his father and grandfather, as he was the third in line. Yet, no one in his family could have predicted that this young boy would one day become a global icon. The Gates family lived a comfortable middle-class life, not extremely wealthy nor poor. His father, William H. Gates Sr., was a disciplined lawyer who valued hard work and education. His mother, Mary Maxwell Gates, was a compassionate and intelligent woman who taught before serving on corporate boards. Even as a toddler, Bill was inquisitive, often staring at objects for hours, trying to figure out how they worked. This curiosity became one of his greatest assets. From a young age, Bill displayed signs of brilliance. He loved reading and consumed books on science, history, and even law by age 7. His favorite spot was the family's small library, where he'd sit for hours engrossed in a book. However, Bill wasn't flawless. In school, he often felt bored because lessons were too simple and he disliked following rules, which led some teachers to call him restless. Still, his sharp intellect made him stand out. At 9, when a teacher asked why he seemed distracted, Bill confidently replied, "Because I've already read the book." Recognizing his need for greater challenges, his parents enrolled him in Lakeside School, a prestigious institution known for nurturing bright minds. This decision would transform Bill's life. At Lakeside, Bill discovered something more captivating than books: computers. In the late 1960s, computers were rare, massive machines owned only by large companies or universities. Yet, Lakeside had one, and Bill was instantly hooked. The first time he touched a computer keyboard, it felt like magic. He spent hours in the computer room learning to program, often skipping other classes to focus on this passion. Initially, his teachers were frustrated, but they soon recognized his unique talent. One day, his math teacher remarked, "Bill, you might just change the world someday." At 13, Bill wrote his first computer program, a tic-tac-toe game where users could play against the computer. This small success filled him with pride and showed him the potential of programming. At Lakeside, Bill met Paul Allen, a senior student who shared his love for computers. Paul was reserved and thoughtful, while Bill was lively and outspoken, but their shared passion forged a strong friendship. They spent hours discussing the future of computers. One day, Paul said, "Bill, I believe one day every desk and home will have a computer." At the time, this seemed far-fetched, as computers were costly and exclusive to businesses. But Bill shared this vision, and together, they dreamed of making it a reality. By age 15, Bill wasn't just learning, he was earning. With Paul, he started his first venture, Data, a program to analyze traffic data for cities, earning them $20,000, a significant sum for teenagers in the 1970s. This taught Bill a vital lesson: success requires turning ideas into action through hard work and risk-taking. Despite his focus, Bill had a playful side. At Lakeside, he enjoyed sitting with girls in class, not to flirt but because he found them more focused, which helped him build connections. He was also fiercely competitive, betting friends on who could solve problems faster and hating to lose. His parents sometimes worried about his obsession with computers. One evening, his mother said, "Bill, you can't spend your whole life in front of a computer." Bill smiled and replied, "Why not, Mom? One day, computers will change the world, and I want to be part of that." Even as a teenager, Bill showed leadership qualities. He wasn't content with just programming, he dreamed of building a company to make computers accessible to all. Late nights at Lakeside, he and Paul discussed their ambitions, united by a shared vision. In 1973, at 18, Bill enrolled at Harvard University, one of the world's top institutions. His parents were thrilled, hoping he'd become a lawyer like his father. But Bill had other plans. While classmates studied law, history, or medicine, Bill spent most of his time in the computer lab, skipping classes to code and solve problems. When a professor asked why he wasn't focusing on his studies, Bill replied, "This is the future. Computers will change everything, and I want to be ready." In 1974, a pivotal moment arrived. A company called MITS created the Altair 8800, the first personal computer. This was groundbreaking, as computers were previously too large and expensive for individuals. When Bill and Paul saw the Altair, they knew it was their opportunity. Paul called Bill one night, saying, "This is it. We need to act fast before someone else does." They decided to write software to make the Altair more user-friendly, despite not owning one themselves. It was a risky move, but their belief in their skills paid off. In 1975, at 20, Bill made a bold choice. He dropped out of Harvard to start a company with Paul. His parents were stunned and worried. His mother pleaded, "Bill, Harvard is your future." But Bill replied, "Mom, computers are my future, and I can't let this chance pass." Leaving Harvard was a gamble, but Bill trusted his vision. That year, he and Paul founded Microsoft, short for Microcomputer Software, with a mission to create software for personal computers. The early days were tough: no office, no money, just two young men with a dream. Bill coded tirelessly and met clients, while Paul built partnerships. Their Altair software succeeded, catching the attention of other companies. As Microsoft grew, Bill realized he needed a team. He hired talented programmers, demanding excellence as a tough but inspiring leader. He often worked until 2 or 3 a.m., ensuring every detail was perfect, believing greatness required relentless effort. In 1980, Microsoft landed a game-changing deal. IBM, building a personal computer, needed an operating system. Bill didn't have one ready but promised to deliver. He bought an existing system called QDOS, enhanced it, and renamed it MS-DOS. Sold to IBM, it became a massive success, powering every IBM computer. This deal transformed Microsoft into a tech industry leader. Bill wasn't just a coder, he was a visionary who motivated his team and embraced risks. One of his famous quotes is, "Success is a lousy teacher. It seduces smart people into thinking they can't lose." He also believed in constant improvement, telling his team, "There's always a better way." Microsoft faced fierce competition and skepticism, but Bill stayed focused, viewing challenges as opportunities to grow. By his mid-20s, Microsoft was thriving, but Bill's vision was bigger: to make computers affordable for all. In 1985, Microsoft launched Windows, a revolutionary operating system that made computers user-friendly. Before Windows, computers were complex, but now anyone could use them with simple clicks. Windows became a global hit, installed on millions of computers, bringing Bill's dream of universal access closer to reality. As Microsoft soared, Bill faced rivals like Apple and its co-founder, Steve Jobs. Though competitors, they respected each other. Steve once said, "Bill is unimaginative but brilliant at running a company," while Bill admired Steve's design flair. By 1987, at 31, Bill became the youngest self-made billionaire, a far cry from the boy in the school computer lab. Yet, success didn't make him complacent. He believed, with great success comes great responsibility. One of his famous quotes reflects this: "If you are born poor, it's not your fault, but if you die poor, it's your fault," emphasizing the power of hard work. In 1987, Bill met Melinda French, a smart, driven Microsoft employee. They bonded over shared values and a desire to improve the world. In 1994, they married in a modest Hawaii ceremony. They had 3 children: Jennifer, 1996, an equestrian and medical student; Rory, 1999, private and intelligent; and Phoebe, 2002, passionate about education. Despite their wealth, Bill and Melinda raised their kids humbly, teaching them the value of hard work over luxury. Leading Microsoft wasn't without challenges. In the late 1990s, the US government accused Microsoft of unfair practices to dominate the software market, a stressful ordeal that lasted years. Bill faced it head-on, learning from mistakes and staying determined. As he matured, he realized his wealth could achieve more than business success. In 2000, he and Melinda founded the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, one of the world's largest charities, tackling global health, education, and clean water access. Bill said, "Money has no utility to me beyond a certain point. Its utility is in building an organization and getting resources to the poorest." Bill's wisdom inspires many. He once said, "I choose a lazy person to do a hard job because they'll find an easy way to do it," highlighting innovative simplicity. He also advised, "Don't compare yourself with anyone. If you do, you're insulting yourself," urging focus on personal growth. Another gem: patience is a key element of success. His wealth is staggering, earning roughly $127 per second, $7,600 per minute, and over $10 million daily, but he lives modestly, prioritizing impact over extravagance. In a notable interview, a journalist asked Bill the secret of his success. Bill handed him a blank check, saying, "Write any amount and take it." Shocked, the journalist declined, insisting on learning the secret. Bill replied, "This is my secret. When I see an opportunity, I grab it without hesitation." Most people miss opportunities because they overthink or fear risks. The journalist learned that success combines hard work with bold action. By the early 2000s, Microsoft was a tech giant, and Bill was its face. In 2006, he stepped back from daily operations to focus on philanthropy, shocking many. He explained, "I've been lucky in technology. Now I want to give back." The Gates Foundation became a global force, aiming to give every child a healthy, productive life. Critics questioned its impact or motives, but Bill stayed focused, saying, "If I listened to every critic, I'd never get anything done." Bill also tackled climate change, funding renewable energy like solar, wind, and safe nuclear power. He believes science can solve tough problems. Though no longer at Microsoft, he inspires millions through speeches, urging young people to start now, take risks, and learn from mistakes. Despite his wealth, Bill lives simply, valuing family time and good habits like reading, working on foundation projects, and playing bridge to relax. During the COVID-19 pandemic, his foundation donated billions for vaccines and aid to poor countries. Bill's story redefines success, not as wealth or fame but as impact. He once said, "The true measure of success is how many lives you've improved." By 2023, he had donated over $50 billion, believing wealth should solve problems, not create them. In 2010, he and Warren Buffett launched the Giving Pledge, inspiring over 230 billionaires to donate most of their wealth. In 2021, Bill faced personal challenges with his divorce from Melinda after 27 years. Despite this, they continued their foundation work, showing that shared purpose can transcend personal struggles. Bill's life offers timeless lessons: dream big, start small, embrace failure, value time, stay curious, and be kind. He reminds us that anyone, from any background, can achieve greatness through courage, innovation, and compassion. His legacy proves that one person's vision can change the world, inspiring us all to shape a future where everyone has a chance to succeed.